start. Okay. So before we proceed with the Pyspark for ETL testing, so generally what we are doing as part of ETL testing, so whatever we have completed, so ETL testing syllabus, now what we have completed as of now, like your SQL basic to complex, you have to learn basics to complex, and I'll tell you the how much percentage each one of this will be useful. So as I told you that nowadays lots of openings are there with the ETL testing with SQL, Python, and PySpark. So that I'm explaining it. Try to understand what I'm trying to say. So so that you can focus on that one. So first thing you have to learn SQL. First thing you have to learn SQL, and then second thing you have to learn. Your DWH concept, whatever the theory part is there, theory part, okay? It's completely theory only, theory. Is it correct? Theory, okay? So then you have to learn Informatica. Informatica is not important here. It's a 5 years old tool. But I have prepared my syllabus in in this way so that you will be able to see that how you're going to requirement, how you're getting the requirement, and then based on that requirements, how you are going to write your test case preparation, test case preparation. So that in that I have explained in that way. So you have to refer that one only. So test case preparation, then test case execution or workflow execution. Same way we are going to execute the workflow in the your Databricks as well. Same way you are going to execute the Databricks as well. So how you have the Informatica tool, same way you have many ETL tools are there. So now front Databricks is running very nicely. 90% of project they are using Databricks. 80 to 90% of project they are using Databricks. So you have to be good in Databricks. Very easy tool, only you have to run the query in SQL and then PySpark. That's all. And database connections also will be there. So don't no need to worry that it's very user friendly tool. No complexity, nothing is there. Very simple. I'll explain you today how it will be done. So it's if it's 1 or 2 classes extra also, I'll try to explain you properly all these things. Okay. So requirement understanding, then your test case preparation, workflow execution, okay, to load the required layers, okay. Then now workflow execution, why we need to in the test environment you have to load the load the data from one layer to another layer. For that you have to run the workflow. Who will create this workflow will be created by developer. Then you are going to do the test case execution, test case execution means data validation, means data validations, like whatever the scenario I have taught you, count validations and all these things. And test management tool, you have to use it. Test management, like you have to upload the test evidence, test evidence or a defect raging, all these things is part of your, all these things I have already explained in Informatica. Please make sure that you complete this one. Apart from this, basic of manual, they don't ask much on manual, but whatever I have explained you, basic of manual testing, whatever the syllabus is there, that much is more than sufficient. even though I have also not learned more than that. So, but I'm able to, work properly in IT, and I'm able to crack interviews and all. So I'll tell you my experience also recent time, so that like you will be able to uh, uh, focus on those area as well. So let's take it as a different level. Pyspark will be added advantage, whatever we are learning, but just get the picture of this, how you're going to project yourself. Okay, basic of manual testing, and then agile, like if you are if you never worked on agile, then you have to know a little bit about the agile methodology. It's very half an hour if you'll sit, you will be able to complete this agile methodology. Then you'll have go through the ALM part. ALM, test management tool. This is test management tool. There will be different test management tools will be there. So if you know ALM, everything else is uh, perfectly fine. Okay, so everything is there in YouTube and all. You can refer and then you can complete. Even though our recordings also it is there, complete it. Unix basic is not required. If you have time, you can learn that. But otherwise, it's not required anywhere, any company. They don't ask Unix and all. Okay, then you have uh, uh, SQL, whatever, Python, whatever I have taught, Python basics, that is more than sufficient. And if you want, add small programs, small Python programs you add on that. Okay. If you want to add on, like whatever the concept wise I taught, that is more than sufficient. In that I have gave the example also. But if you want to add some examples, some Python programs, then add some Python programs, like how to find the odd numbers, Fibonacci numbers, all these things, little bit you can. But those odd numbers and all I have already explained. Programs. Okay, but if you want to learn more, little bit, you go ahead. But for ETL testing, we don't need a expert level of Python. Very basic level Python. You should be in a position to tell what is the difference between list and tuple, what is the difference between tuple and dictionary. Like that, they will ask you. Okay, so Python basic, and then your Databricks tool overview. Tools overview. How you are going to use the Databricks tool overview. This is just overview only. Nothing is there in this tool. Okay, overview. Then cloud project. Cloud project. So earlier days I was explaining the four types of project. Okay. So cloud project, just go for the AWS and Azure. That is more than sufficient. Whole 99%, 95% market captured by Azure and AWS both. And in project also, when you will prepare your resume, when you will prepare your resume, when you prepare your resume, mention insurance project first. Resume, no? Resume, mention the first project as first. You mention as a first projects first. You mention as a sorry, as a insurance domain project, insurance domain project, then banking domain, and then you mention as a retail domain. That's all. Like if you will mention like this, you will get more calls. This is like recent time. I'm saying that I'm also attending sometimes interview. So in that case, whatever I felt recent days, I am telling you. And this insurance also, no, mention some good company insurance, like US based insurance company and all. Don't mention very small company details. You will not get much color. You will not get, your value will be not there. So first insurance and then banking and then retail you mention. That is perfectly fine. And whole experience, guys, go on mute. I'll tell you when you have to ask anything if it will be required. Okay. So resume part will be there, and then uh, 11th you can consider as a project explanation. Whatever I'm explaining here, this project, it should reflect insurance, any like all the projects is having same behavior in ETL testing. There is no change at all in this. Okay, so project explanation nation very confident, and you have to mention in this SQL. They will ask you definitely SQL. They will ask you, then Python. You tell some of the code you have written Python, and then recent project you are working on the Pyspark project, and some of the ETL automation. One module you have worked like that. I'll tell you how you're going to tell those things automation. So if you cover all these things, most of the things you have already done. Whatever the three things are there, three up to here, this you have to add in. If your old student are there, if you are the old student, maybe batch 40, batch 39, batch 38, batch 36, whatever the people you are there. So you have already know this one. You just have to add this one, and it's not complex level they are asking. Very easy level they are asking. Like you can manage with your words only like that. It will be interview will be like that. So you have to just little bit, if you'll sit for 10 days only, you will be able to add on this thing. Python basic already I have sent you the recording. What I'll do, I will make one folder. I'll make one folder, and uh, in that, I'll add a Python recording as well as a Databricks overview tool how to use, and then your cloud project, Azure and AWS cloud project, and then resume I'll add on all these things. You just have to make in a proper order. So there you will find many resume. I'll share my resume also. You make in that format only all the resume, because I'm getting lots of response when I upload my resume. Even though I'm not very expert, or you can say that I'm not uh, very perfect. But even though I feel like I am getting this much of calls, why people are like you? Some people are saying that I'm not getting calls. So why you people are not getting calls? Like now, I'm getting lots of calls. Like now, from 1 week, I'm not getting, but earlier I was getting. Before 1 week, I was getting lots of calls. I'm not updating anything. So, like many companies, they will call you. So, all this point, you have to make sure that it should be perfectly fine. And then I have mentioned PySpark anyway. No.
Yeah, yeah, you have mentioned Pyspark in project explanation.
No, PySpark separately, you have to learn.
Okay, okay.
Like little bit only, not much. PySpark, basics. That's all basics. Okay. It's a developer things, but like you should be in a position to write the code how you're going to do. And when you will be assigned with the project, no, then you have to like learn more if the project will be on a PySpark or SQL based technology. So like anyway, we are going to learn little bit on that PySpark also, and we'll see that how the PySpark code will be different from the your SQL code. So that also we'll see all together here. So all these things, if you'll make it, that is more than sufficient to crack interview and give you the good advantage in your whatever what I can say that like in interview, like your resume will be shortlisted faster, as well as in interview also your profile will be selected faster. Like if you'll go in a manager level and all these things. See, manager level and client level, they are not going to ask you more in detail because these are all newly added technology. So what you can manage with the word only, your mouth only, you will be able to manage all these things. Anyway, all these things. So you will be, if they'll ask also to write some SQL queries and all, you will be able to write. But these are the things they will ask, theoretically only, and you will be able to manage with your words, all these things. So don't scared, put effort. You will get for sure whatever the support you need. I am going to help you. So I just post you in the this one chat box. Please note it down somewhere or wherever your wall, write in a one page and fix it somewhere there. You have to complete these things as soon as possible. Now, November, December, maybe November, you will have openings. December again, after 15 December to Jan 15th, you will have no openings. But your Fab month will have a flood kind of jobs will be there for sure. So you have to target February, November, and then if you'll not get anything in November, try to update your skills more on the December and January 15 onwards, you will start again searching. So your target should be in October, you learn everything. November, you try it. If you did not get, then January 15 onwards, January and Fab to anyhow you have to get the job. There will be lots of openings. Update all these skills, you will be able to get it. Okay. So these are the things are there. What we are going to do now. Today we are going to learn about the Pyspark. Let me